Hi, everyone. Sean Gilliam here. Welcome to another market update for the month of May 2024. We're going to take a look at a couple of things before we get into the data, just to highlight the inflation rate, our consumer price index. That's one of the main metrics we look at. It is down just a smidge at 3.4% month over month changes. And of course, the actual figure is a comparison of April of 2024 to April of 2023. But we track that month to month to see if it's going up or down. So we went down 0.1%, and that had a pretty significant impact on mortgage interest rates. They dropped almost 0.25%. Right now, we're hovering at about 7% for a 30-year fixed rate loan, conventional loan. And that does help. We'll see what kind of activity we get on the market here over the weekend or even into next week. And I say this weekend just because there's a lot of hyperactive response to those mortgage interest rates. And of course, as you can imagine, as they get into the sevens, we don't see a whole lot of activity. But as soon as we drop back down into the sixes, things start to get moving again. So we're hoping that the trend is going to continue to go lower. We'll see what comes. We haven't seen the numbers yet for today. I'll check on that shortly. But right now, we're at about 7.02%. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what our numbers are doing. Interest rates are still where they're at. But let's go ahead and take a look at Boulder County for April. I'm going to move my face up here. New listings compared to last year are up 23%. Pending sales are up 13.9% at 303. Closed sales are up 32.6% at 297. Last year, it was at 224 at this time. So definitely seeing more activity on the market here for Boulder County. I should say Boulder County, you know, it's Boulder, Erie, Lafayette, Louisville, and some other areas. And those are areas where there tends to be more affluence. And so when we have economic issues or blips, more affluent communities don't seem to be impacted as much. And so that's why we see, generally speaking, more activity overall in Boulder County. Days on market until sale is 57. That's about on par as to what it was last year when it was at 56. Median sales price is up 3% from last year at $875,000, and the average sales price is down 1.5% at $1,110,000. Percent of list price received, homes on average are getting at about 98.8% of their original list price. That's down 0.5% from last year at this time when it was at 99.3%. The inventory of homes for sale is at 599, and that's up almost 19% from last year at this time when it was at 504. Month supply of inventory slowly edging upwards. Remember, a balanced market is about 5 to 6 months, and we're at 2.5 months right now for Boulder County. So that's up 13.6% from last year. Now let's jump over to Larimer County. New listings is up 14.8% at 589. Pending sales is up, or is actually down 4.8% at 418. And closed sales is about on par as it was last year, 372. It was 369 last year at this time. Days on market until sale is 57, and that's down almost 11% from last year. And so that's one of those metrics that when it goes down, that's a good thing. That means homes are selling faster. And I think that's indicative of the spring market activity is picking up, because this data is from April, as you can see on the graph here or the chart. And this is kind of the start of our spring activity. Median sales price for Larimer County is $600,500. That's up 2.6% from last year at this time when it was at $585,000. We can also see the average sales price is up by 4.4% at $708,000 for a home on average, compared to almost $678,000 last year. So not a strong indication that we're seeing price drops. If you look at the national data, they looked at the Denver metro area. Now, granted, that's a different market. It gets more activity than we've seen up here in the northern Colorado market. But homes have appreciated year over year as of February of this year, about 3.5%. So that's still good. We're still moving in the right direction. I will say, working in this market, that overall, we're seeing price appreciation, a very mild increase, but it's at least stable. and shows how stable our market is overall. But we do see pockets where there are significant price drops. There are certain areas where homes either price a little higher or the demand is not as strong. And so we've seen significant price drops in some areas, but overall, the market is remaining stable. So back to Larimer County, our percent of list price received is 99.7%. That's down 0.5% from last year when it was at 100.2%. And then the inventory of homes for sale is up 36.5%. It's at 759 compared to last year at this time when it was at 556. And then the month supply of inventory is up almost 50 or over 57%. It's at 2.2 month supply of inventory compared to 1.4 last year at this time. And we'll jump over here to Weld County. New listings are actually down in Weld County. They're at 605. That's down 2.4% compared to last year when it was at 620. Pending sales are up 9.1% at 530. And our closed sales are up 5.4% at 466. The days on market until sale is 62. That actually went up just a small amount compared to 60 at this time last year. The median sales price in Weld County is up 5.1% at $515,000. And that's up from last year at this time when it was at $490,000. And our average sales price is also up 8.6% at $581,000 compared to last year at this time when it was at $535,000. So we are seeing overall stability in home values across northern Colorado. Like I said, there's some pockets where we're seeing significant price reductions, but overall, homes are selling close to their initial list price. And as such, that allows that overall month over month, year over year, home values are maintaining, which is kind of surprising when we look at the higher interest rate environment. But as I've explained before, even though those higher interest rates are happening and that suppresses the buyer pool or buyer demand, we still have significantly low inventory. And as such, that creates an environment where there's at least price stability. Percent of list price received in Larimer County is the same as it was, or Weld County rather, is the same as it was last year at 99.7%. And the inventory of homes for sale is up 6.3%. So 799 homes for sale in the market in April of this year compared to 752 last year. And that month supply of inventory slowly keeps going up. And that's just because homes are staying on the market a little bit longer, but it's up 23.5% from last year. So we're at 2.1 month supply of inventory for Weld County compared to 1.7 month supply of inventory last year. I'm going to take a peek at usually around this time each day, they give us an update as far as the mortgage interest rate. I want to jump over here. This is data that compares, look at all the residential detached, but this is Boulder, Larimer, and Weld County all on one chart. And as you can see, the average sale price has been fairly stable for Larimer and Weld County. And then we've seen some fluctuations, some highs and lows in Boulder County overall. The median sales price shows a similar chart. We can see that in Boulder County, prices have gone up fairly significantly for the median sales price compared to, it's up almost $67,000 compared to the month prior in March. Percent of list price received, we're seeing an increase here. That means buyers are paying closer to list price overall, and that's an indication that buyer demand has increased. And I think that's indicative of the spring market that we're in. The days on market until sale, as you can see, that's trending down for Larimer and Weld County, and then slight increase for Boulder County from 34 to 37. And again, it's an indication when those numbers go down. That's the one metric that shows that there's more activity on the market, more buyer demand. And again, indicative of what's going on with our spring market. All right, if we look at the amount of new listings, I thought this would be interesting to point out to you. We have the most new listings. We see here our data is up to April, but here it peaks in June. So the most new listings hit the market in June. So if you're thinking about selling your home, it's not too late. You've got about a month to get your house ready and get it on the market here so that you can get the most buyer demand, because that's when most of the market activity is going on. Same thing with 2022, We can see the repeat process. July was the high point for 2021, and so on. So there's still time if you want to sell your house to get your home on the market, and hopefully those mortgage interest rates will go down consistently too, to help increase that buyer demand for you. So that is the market update. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. Be glad to talk with you and help you evaluate what you should do at this time. Should you rent? Should you buy? Should you sell your home? These are all great questions, and we can look at actual tangible evidence to see what's in your best interests as to whether or not you should stay where you're at or move or what have you. So again, don't hesitate to get in touch. You can reach me here at 970-313-6706, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.